Good morning, good morning. Are there any 10,000 percenters out there this morning? Joseph, any other 10,000 percenters? Good morning, Mr. Belcia. Am I pronouncing that right? Illie, Belcea, Belcia, SWLI315RE. Okay, good, thanks. Good morning. Are you part of the 10,000% group? I'm trying to go live to see how many of the 10,000 percenters are out there this morning. I am one, but I have an antenna problem, so I can't get on the radio with them this morning. Trying the old internet. Yeah. Not sure I'm even dressed. I'm wearing my famous stained shirt. KD8OVQ, KD8OVQ, Whiskey 5 Fox India Victor. KD8OVQ, KD8OVQ, Whiskey 5 Fox India Victor. Good morning, good morning. Any 10,000 percenters out there? Any 10,000 percenters out there? Hello, hello. We are live here in Texas. This is W5FIV, Texas Radio. Mr. Belcia, can you hear me? Can you hear me speaking? I'm using a different mic than I normally use. Not too sure about it. Good morning, 10,000 percenters. Good morning, 10,000 percenters. Can you hear me? Are you out there? Joseph in Cleveland. Harry, South Carolina. Alvin in Trinidad. Hello in Boa Vista, Brazil. Hello, 10,000 percenters. Are you out there? Are you out there, 10,000 percenters? Oh, Johnny Morg, is that right? Johnny Morg, so thank you very much. I appreciate that. Can you hear me okay? I'm using a different mic than I normally use, and I'm not sure if this one is working, to be honest. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm glad you liked the lessons. They worked for me. I was in the Navy. I don't know if you can see that ship right there. I was in the Navy on that ship, and that's where I practiced Morse code when I was in the Navy. That was in 1973, or beginning in 1973. So I learned that method and then, and it's still with me now, and it worked very good. I finished a very long course in a very short time. So I figured out pretty quickly that it was rhythm patterns, and once I did that, it just clicked. So thank you. I appreciate the kind words. It's not required, for a license any longer, in the United States at least, um, but it's fun to do. Appreciate you stopping by, Johnny. Thank you very much. Any 10,000 percenters out there? Any 10,000 percenters at all? Joseph in Ohio. Alvin, Trinidad, Tobago. Are you there? Julio in Brazil. Okay. I love the Navy. I got to say, I love the Navy. I wish I'd have made a career of it, but I didn't, and so here I am. But anyway, I got a very good friend who did make a career of it, and he loved it, and now that he's retired, it loves him. So there you go. But yeah, there the Navy is very cutting edge. The Navy is the tip of the spear, I think. Oh, thank you for saying. Yeah, it was the Vietnam era when I was in the Navy. Although I never went to Vietnam, even though I volunteered, I never actually went there. So um, thank you very much. It was a tough time in this country. KD8OVQ, KD8OVQ. This is Whiskey 5 Fox India Victor, over. KD8OVQ Cleveland, KD8OVQ in Cleveland. This is Whiskey 5 Fox India Victor, Texas Radio, over. Whiskey 5 Foxtrot India Victor, Whiskey 5 Foxtrot India Victor is now live on YouTube. W5FIV Texas Radio, now live on YouTube. Good morning, 10,000 percenters. Are you there? Oh, okay, Johnny. Software, that's what this is right here, software defined radio. It's an ICOM IC7300, which is an SDR. Very good, by the way. Good for you. Good for you. I highly recommend it, especially in today's world when everything is so sort of unsettled as far as economics and job world and all of that. I hear someone in there, but I can't tell if it's my guys or not. My antenna is not in the greatest shape for 40 meters this morning. Anyway, Johnny, if you have any questions or anything, it's been a long time since I was in the Navy. A long time. I was in 1973. Went in 1972 and started doing radio in 1973. So it's been a long time, and I couldn't tell you much about it right now, except just the very basic things. Hello, any 10,000 percenters out there? Very smart, Johnny, very smart. Actually, I don't have a typical schedule. I'm just getting started in doing these lives. I started doing training for CW Morse code operations just recently, and I just started doing this YouTube channel. And so I'm just trying to figure out kind of a schedule to get on there every week. So I have a crew here that starts very early in the mornings, every morning, 7 days a week. And so I just came out this morning to see if I could catch them and make them live, but I can't seem to catch them this morning for some reason. The band isn't very good. 40 meters is not working very well this morning, at least not for me. I'm in Eastern Texas, by the way. Yeah. Yeah. I just turned last month. I just turned 71. So yeah, 41. You're still young enough for a lot. Absolutely. And it's good to keep the skills alive. You know, the preppers are really interested in Morse code because regardless of how outdated it might be, um, you know, in a real serious catastrophe, it's still the last resort method of communication. It's easiest to do, and easiest to do long distance. So you know, that you don't have to have an infrastructure for. So it's good to know. Well, yeah, like I just said, you know, preppers preppers understand that it is a last resort method of communication that doesn't really require infrastructure. I mean, what I use for Morse code is I got this radio, but you don't need near this much radio to do Morse code. And my antenna is a wire hanging off a pole just on the other side of this wall right here outside the building, you know, in my backyard. So that's how sophisticated I am about it. But, you know, it's easy. It's easy form of communication. So in case there was a real worldwide type catastrophe, you can communicate great distances with CW and Morse code. Alvin in Trinidad Tobago, are you out there? I can hear you on the radio. Alvin in Trinidad, are you out there? This is my famous stained shirt, in case you hadn't heard of it. Oh, it's atmosphere. Right now in the daytime, 10 meters is really good, working very well. 20 meters usually in the daytime, 40 meters at night. I'm listening to 40 meters right now, and this voice that I don't know if you can hear or not, but he's in Trinidad Tobago. I can't hear the conversation good enough to break into it. Yeah, it's not sounding very human to me right now either. By the way, getting your license is not too hard. There's a book called you start out with your technical license, your tech license, get the tech license the easy way, and I forget the author's name, but it's get your tech license the easy way, and that's the book to get. And you study for that test, and uh, that book will get you to pass the test for sure. Oh, sure thing. Forge Coffee, welcome. Okay, cool. Good for you. Early mornings here on 40 meters, we an old group of friends, and they're kind of scattered around the world, and we do a morning rag cheer usually about. I'm in Central Time, so about 4 a.m. my time, or actually 5 a.m. And but they're not hearing me this morning. I'm having trouble with the propagation. Are you a ham radio operator, Forge Coffee? Morse code machine. Morse code machine. A decoder. I have one too. It's right here. I just haven't installed it yet, but that's the electronics for that. I've tried it out, but I don't know. Something I bought on eBay. I have this key, which is a straight key, which is an all Speedex, and I have this key, which is a Vibroplex bug. Thanks for stopping by the way. I appreciate it very much. HISMLP. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, why I think is da di da da, right? Da di da da. My YouTube channel here is if you need help learning Morse code. Is really was originated because of that. So there's some lessons there on my YouTube channel here, W5FIV Texas Radio. There's some pretty good lessons for Morse code. Keys like these, this one and this one. This one is not connected at the moment, but this one, yeah, it closes the circuit. You push down, it closes the circuit. Let go, it opens, close. You know, that's how that works. And this bug is it's just a more complicated thing like that. That just you go side to side, and one side is dits and the other side is DAWs, and it goes much faster. So that's what that's about. Absolutely. These will run on a car battery or any 12-volt battery. You can set up a CW operation with a 12-volt battery, which is why I just had a video on there about using solar power and 12-volt batteries. I need to clean up my desk, don't I? I need to get some more coffee. I imagine it could be done on phone lines. I'm not sure. I'm sure there probably is a way, but I don't know what it is. I'll just put it that way. It is simply CW stands for continuous wave. It's just a carrier wave that you put out there and you connect it to a radio frequency and it goes across wherever across the world, and it can travel a very, very long way with the right kind of atmospheric propagation, and you can communicate with it. Uh, Sometimes you can communicate with CW when you can't do anything else. So I was talking to the other gentleman that was here earlier, and preppers use it because it is the last resort kind of a communication. You can communicate long distance without an infrastructure with CW operations. So people are just interested in that. Prepper type folks are interested in that, which is not me. I'm too old to be a prepper. That's interesting. How did you know? Did you know a frequency to be on to try, or that's interesting. Any 10,000 percenters join me? Any 10,000 percenters out there at all? Anybody? Anybody? Bueller? Anybody? Uh, Johnny, if you're still there, you asked me the question about did these close the circuit? Yes, they do, but they're also you can get them that are electronic that do it electronically. So nowadays you can even get computers that will send them, but I'm not sure what the point of that is. Yeah, yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree. Oh, okay, yeah. Um, yeah, get you a license, get your radio. It's a lot of fun. If nothing else, it's a lot of fun. I've made some really great friends this way. Yeah, you have to have a license to have a ham radio in the United States, because you don't have to have one, I don't think, for a CB radio, but a ham radio you have to have uh, a license. I was telling the other gentleman here that's in the stream here that there's a book called How to Get Your Amateur Technical License the Easy Way is the name of the book, and it is a book that teaches you how to take the test to get the license. And so that that's the best thing to do if you just want to get your license, because that book, and there's one for how to get the tech license the easy way, how to get your general license the easy way, which is what I have as a general license, and then there's how to get an extra license the easy way. And they are what the book does is it teaches you how to take the test, not necessarily everything you ever wanted to know about radio, but how to take the test to pass the test. So you don't get a you're not taking a test on how to build radios anyway. You're taking a test on how to operate radios, and that's what this book's teach you. Yeah, well, there's a very nice gentleman in Boa Vista, Brazil, Johnny, who kind of started this group, and he was friends with a man named Joseph, who is in Cleveland, and another man that was in near Baton Rouge named Tim, and they all got started getting together every morning about roughly about 5 a.m. time. Well, I'm talking about my time, and having a conversation and just chewing the fat for a while, and um, it kind of grew, and it was added. There's a guy in Trinidad Tobago, and there's me, and there's well, there's people all over the country now. There's Chicago, I know, and New York, and I'm not too sure how many people are out west, but then another person in Brazil, and so it's been fun, and we've become friends over several years here now that we've been doing it. And I had a health issue the past year, and I wasn't out here very much. And then right when I was getting able to get back out here, we had some storms, and I have my antennas are down, so I had a hard time getting on 40 meters at all. And it's always on 40 meters, so and very early in the morning. So that's how it got started. And the man's in let's see, in Brazil, the man's name is Helio, and he is called as PV8AL. PV8AL, and he is active every day on the radio early mornings on 40 meters, and then later in the day he's on 20 meters and 10 meters. Now that 10 meters is rocking pretty good. And I get out here during the daylight hours. 10 meters works best during the daylight hours. And I get out here and get on 10 meters, and I make a lot of contacts right now on 10 meters. The band is really good at the moment because of the 11-year sunspot cycle or something like that. It has to do with the propagation, but right now 10 meters is really good. Joseph, you out there? Any 10,000 percenters out there? You too, Mr. Hordes Coffee. Have a great day. Great weekend. Any 10,000 percenters out there? What's a 10,000 percenter? That's an early morning rag chewing group here on 40 meters. Very early morning. Thank you. It's I kind of built it myself. It's kind of gotten a little bit cluttered, but I need to clean it up a little bit. Other than that, it works pretty well. Any 10,000 percenters? 10,000 percenters. Any 10,000 percenters out there? Any of you guys 10,000 percenters out there? Joseph, Alvin, Helio, Bill, Tim, anybody? I can hear your voices in there, some of you, but I just can't quite make them out. Just can't hear.